Good morning. I'm very excited to spend this time with you. We are going to talk today about the relationship you have with your body. It's a very cool subject. We're going to talk a bit about it. My name is Robin Lee. I'm a medical intuitive in Southern California. I've been doing this work for over 32 years, and I'm very excited to show up on YouTube. We have been doing this the last year very consistently. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Every Wednesday, you'll get content that will help inspire thoughts of empowerment around the healing journey that you can experience and that you can share with your friends. So when I share about building a relationship with our body, I want you to think for a second that you live in your body, that there is a you living inside your body. This is very, very important. It's a complex idea, but it's important to at least pretend and use this information as a way of creating insight for yourself. So I want you to imagine that you live in your body, all right? And I want you to imagine that you have symptoms. Maybe you're getting headaches, maybe you're getting cramps, maybe you're getting tired a lot, maybe you're getting sick a lot. What is your body trying to tell you? This is a huge question. This is $1 million question when it comes to your healing process. Instead of what's wrong, what's the body trying to tell you? If you can remember to ask a question like this, you are going to build a very powerful relationship with yourself. What is my body trying to tell me? What could my body be reacting to? It's so often growing up, I think in just our lives in general, for myself at least, I can tell you it's very, very easy. If things don't feel kind of perfect, there must be something wrong. And when I learned many years ago to be able to stop and instead of try to push it away or try to fix it, I learned to allow myself to explore what it might be telling me, whatever that symptom was. The amount of insight that I got about my life and the amount of information that I was able to start to understand about myself, about how my life, my diet, my relationships, my finances were actually affecting my health. My goodness, it was a huge opening for me in my own personal healing process. And I want to inspire you to shift gears. If you are in that consistent habit of what's wrong with me, I don't want to feel this, I want to fix it, I want it done. I want you to think about if your husband or wife talked to you like this and you're wanting to communicate something and they're standing there saying, what do you want? How open would you be communicating? How grateful and happy would that make you feel? How connected would that make you feel? Assuming the best is a really important part in any of our human relationships, as you know. If we're assuming the worst in people, oftentimes the worst will start to show up over time because we're expecting a certain something. We need to not think that feeling cramps and headaches and fatigue and exhaustion and sleeplessness are normal or healthy. These are signs of imbalance that our bodies are responding to something, some choice we're making. Is it our diet? Is it stress? What's going on? You might not even know where to begin in this journey. And that's the thing. If you don't, the journey starts with just being curious about how you're experiencing yourself, how you're talking to yourself, and the perspective that you have about what's going on in your life and what's going on in your body. If it's something's wrong, I need to fix it, that's not going to give us a lot of insight. That's not going to give us a lot of help. That's not going to give us a lot of support. And I know this concept is new for most of you. Maybe not. For me, I remember it was like a huge light bulb that went off that I could build a relationship with my body. So I prided myself in the amount of relationships that I was able to have, healthy, loving relationships, kindness. And what I remembered was this light bulb went off that, oh my gosh, I do that with other people, but I'm not really doing it so much with myself. So when I would get really bad cramps, people around me would say, yeah, that's normal. I get them too. When I started saying, that might be normal, but maybe my body's trying to say something. Maybe my body's trying to share something. I didn't get answers right away, but it opened up a curiosity. And that curiosity became the platform and the baseline of how I was actually healing my body with different health conditions and concerns that I had. What was my body responding to? What was my body trying to tell me? Then I started doing some research and learning about different things in the diet, different things that could create more or less inflammation, the importance of hydration. I started learning things. And it wasn't so much about following things because they were right or they were the right protocol or this is what we needed to do. It was more of let me try this and let me see if it helps at all. But let me try it for 21 to 28 days because consistency is critical in the healing process to make traction and to get results. It takes a good 21 to 28 days to really see how our habits impact our health, both mentally and physically. The next time you don't quite feel like yourself, the next time you notice aches and pains in your body, even if this seems so strange, just pretend that your body's trying to get your attention. Be curious with it. What might it be trying to tell you? And see if you can explore that question. Then allow yourself to step back and look at your lifestyle. Think about how you want to feel. Ask yourself, are you supporting your body to feel that way? And you might say, oh my gosh, this is so far and above where I can actually think right now. This is all so new to me. That's totally fine. You can look at my YouTube channel. You're going to see a lot of history in different things that we've posted in the last year. You can learn a ton about questions to ask, about how to support yourself, about ideas, because what we think about in our lives create different habits and reactions, and what we know create different habits and reactions. And this is my biggest advice. If you're wanting to learn to build a relationship with your body, be very humble. If you've tried it and it hasn't what you're thinking worked, again, be humble and try again. Just because something didn't work once doesn't mean it can't work. Ask lots of questions with people that know how to do whatever it is you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to learn how to communicate with your body, ask questions as you watch these lives. Your number one relationship, as you, I'm sure know, is with yourself. How do you feel? What do you want? And are you creating that in your life? And do you even know how to create it in your life? Most people don't know how to consider themselves. Most people don't know how to feed themselves to feel alive and vital and creative and expansive. So if you're in that boat, or if you're just starting to learn, for me, I'm always thirsty for more information. For me, when I'm working with people, I never pretend to know. I'm always very, very curious. And for those of you that have worked with me privately, you know what I'm talking about. I pretend to not know, and we ask questions. So if you're getting sick all the time, why is that? And when you ask your body questions and you create space, you are going to start getting awareness. It's just consistent habit. It's just consistently committing to not judging yourself, but exploring and communicating, just like you would in any healthy long-term relationship that you may have. Healing the body takes time. Healing the body takes curiosity. Healing the body takes an understanding and an awareness and consistency. Be curious. If your body hurts, what's it hurting for? What's going on? How can you support it? These are wonderful questions to ask. So if you ask a question, give yourself 30 seconds of just a pause. So it's very common for me to hear people get frustrated because they're asking their body question. For example, what do you need, body? Like, what is it that you need to feel more supported since you're getting these constant headaches? And there's nothing. And I ask, well, how long did you sit and listen? And people will say, well, like 5 seconds. Give it 30 to 40 seconds and be willing to show up consistently without much of an answer. And over time, as you keep learning to do this and building other habits at the same time, your body's going to be very happy to communicate with you because you live in your body. And the more that you remember that you live in your body, you want to build a direct relationship with your body. And you can hear it and you can pay attention. That's the thing, it's paying attention. So a lot of people don't realize that they're getting cramps after they eat different foods, or they might feel exhausted after they come home and haven't eaten well, or they're spending time in really stressful environments. Our bodies respond to everything. And I think somehow we just forget that. And I think some of us forget it because of honestly how we were raised. Some of us weren't considered a lot. Some of us weren't asked how we were dealing with things. We were just kind of assumed to go along and deal with what was ever given to us. You may have your own process and path. What is it? Why would you not just default to thinking your body might be talking to you, besides the fact that you haven't just heard that or learned that? How in your childhood, how in your habits would you have learned that the relationship that you hold with your body is not important? Think of significant relationships as a child in your life. How were you dealt with? Because normally that's how we deal with ourselves until we change habits and patterns. This is a time of being curious with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be consistent with yourself and be patient with yourself. You can heal your body. Your body is so smart. Your body is responding to every single thing that you're eating, that you're focused on thinking about, that you're choosing to say yes or no to in your life. Your body has a response to everything. When it feels pain, when it feels uncomfortable, it's talking to you about something. It's connecting to you about something. Explore what that might be. Learn how to explore what that might be. So from today, the question is, what might my body be trying to tell me about my life? What might my body be responding to in my life? Be curious instead of thinking there's something wrong with my body. From a point of medical intuition and self-healing, this is the most powerful question you could probably ask yourself and the most powerful baseline you could work with long-term to get good results in your healing process so that you can feel more expansive, you can feel more joyful, you can feel more alive. Communicate, connect, and remember, your body has feelings. Your body's integrating the information that you are constantly around and feeding and experiencing. How is it responding? What's going on? Most of us, this is a new concept. If it's not for you, fantastic. Just use this as a reminder to be curious with your body, to be consistent with your body, and that your body wants your attention. And a lot of times, that's why it feels uncomfortable or painful, because that's the way it's learned to get your attention. Let's connect into changing that pattern. Let's be curious. What's going on? What does it need that it's not getting? It's a powerful question. It's an incredible curiosity, and it's a critical thing to move forward with understanding when we're working, healing our own body and giving our body the best ability that it has to be able to balance itself out. Very cool stuff.